Welcome in, everybody, to episode number 26. We're going to be starting this show off with a quick question from the squad, and then we're going to jump over to an interview with the one, the only, what's a nickname for MattyO? The Southern Slinger?
Southern Slinger?
Southern Slinger? Should we try and run with that one?
I mean, I feel like MattyO is a nickname.
Nah, that's his birth certificate. My birth certificate name is Anthony. His is Eric. His is AJ's.
Hello.
That guy over there, his is Danny. We are going to be your Understable Minds for the week and the foreseeable weeks as well. But before we jump over to the Southern Slinger, we've got a question from the squad. This one comes to us from Stacy. Stacy wants to know, very quick, very simple, what is your favorite disc in your bag? To me, this means like the disc that if you throw it in the pond, you're jumping in the pond.
Oh, man.
You're not playing disc golf without it. Not your favorite mold, but the specific one that is, if you lose that disc, retired.
Oh, yeah.
Ballista Joel.
That's a great pick.
Ballista Joel is definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a famous disc.
It is. It's been in my bag for 5 years, and it still flies like it did the first day I threw it.
Yeah.
So.
What about you, AJ?
Mine is a Lucid Maverick. It's just this stock Lucid Maverick.
The yellow one?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was the first one the first Maverick that I got, basically.
Nice.
Yeah, when they first came out, Danny delivered them to us.
Guy over there?
Yeah, he's behind. Yeah, over there. Yeah, he delivered them to us on tour, I think in Jonesboro. And he gave me two, and I don't know. I took one, put it in my bag, started throwing it. Took the other one, didn't throw it.
Probably threw it in the trash.
But yeah, or donated it to a local youth.
Would have been a better use.
Probably not.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that first one is still in my bag.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is
so much fun to throw.
I've got a VIP Moonshine Maiden from the 2018 Winter Marksman League, I believe it was. It's a misprint, but it was just the first one that I found. That the Moonshine Maidens usually were pretty domey. This one was very flat, and like Eric's Ballista Joel, it still flies the same, just very straight. I love the way it feels. I have backups, but they're just like, it's just not the same. Yeah. I just want this one. So yeah, that's mine. I've also
lost a lot of those discs.
I've lost a lot of discs, yes.
I feel like over the past 4 or 5 years, you could have asked me that question like every month or so,
different?
And it would be a different disc.
All right. Well, those are our 3 favorite discs. Let us know in the comments what your favorite disc is, and then when you're done, we'll be on the phone with the Southern Slinger, Matt Orum. Let's jump over to him on the phone. Welcome into the studio from probably the nicest place anyone has called in from, Matt. Where is it that you're actually calling in from?
Maybe my trees that I'm under is nice right here, and this course is nice, but I think the California word has got in your brain on this town a little bit. It's Stockton, California. It's kind of like Breaking Bad out here, man, actually, except for in this disc. I mean, I'm not even going to lie to you. Or
it might be the trees you're under. It might be the trees on your shirt. You're dressed very much for the occasion, as is kind of typical.
Yeah, there's like a nice little. The course is actually kind of got some of the nicest trees around. It's got these oak trees. I think it's called the Oaks in some way. If I'm don't quote me on that, but I think I did see it. If you blink for a second, you can kind of pretend like it looks like Florida for like 2 seconds on a couple of holes, and then it disappears.
Yeah,
but it's cool.
You still get a little bit of an ocean breeze. There's some trees, California, Florida. They're not all that different.
No, not really.
Well, I found out a delta. This runs delta from the ocean. There's actually a delta that runs right by somewhere where I'm about to be. I think I'm about to do something else there, but you can go all the way from here and the little delta, like little, I don't know, it's like a little water passway, little waterway thing, all the way to the ocean. And it's not like nice water either. It's like dirty water runs into the ocean.
Oh, so I think you're in Fountain Hills.
Yeah, I'm in Stockton. It's like capital murder, get robbed place in California.
Well, we hope you stay safe out there, Matt, both off the course but also on the course. You're there for the OTB Open coming up this weekend, but we wanted to talk to you about a little bit in the past. Obviously, Masters Cup was this past weekend where you finished tied for second. So first of all, congratulations. Round of applause.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The last time that we saw you was in Texas. The last time that we had hoped to see you was at the Dynamic Discs Open, which you had to drop out of because you were sick. How is that recovery process going? Are you back to 100%? Are you good to go now? It seems like it at least.
Yeah. So, honestly, I took a test Thursday. All right, so I went home Sunday morning after DDO because I could. Once you test positive for COVID, you pretty much can't go in public or nothing.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I guess I gotta go home now. I was at somebody's house, so I just ended up going home. Got home, rested one day, burnt myself at the beach one day. Kind of got ready for the city of Mobile. I played at A-tier. Still wasn't feeling the greatest, but I took a test on Thursday and I passed it just so I didn't. And then won the tournament. A-tier Mobile. I was stoked on that. Went and burnt myself at the beach Monday. My girlfriend had a wee ball, or her little boy had a wee ball championship and awards the next night. So I did that and then flew to California and been on the grind ever since, man. It's been kind of on the go. So I guess I got to be healthy if I was able to do all that.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's an action-packed week and a half right there.
Right. That's not a vacation. That's not a week off.
That's why. No, yeah, and I was throwing beach every morning at Santa Cruz with my buddy Miles. So it was it's been adventurous for sure,
you go.
to say the least.
Yeah,
I love it though.
I think he's good. Yeah. I think he feels good. I think he's fully recovered.
It
back to
definitely
100%.
like.
Man, this has been quite a year for MattyO Orum.
Yeah.
First the appendix and then COVID-19.
You're getting it out of the way early. The beginning half of the season, that's when we're going to get the illnesses and everything out, and then we're kicking it into gear.
I've actually had it twice this year. I had it early this year, right at the beginning of the year, believe it or not. So this is number 2 already this year for the COVID.
Definitely done for the rest of the year then.
I hope so.
I think that's how it works, right?
I believe so.
I hope.
Omicron,
yeah,
I'm good for a little bit.
For your sake, for everybody else's sake, hopefully you and everyone else is done with it for the year. Hopefully we can keep everybody as safe as possible. But focusing back more on disc golf, like we'd said, tied for second at Masters Cup. You won the City of Mobile Championship. Now, I guess let's focus on Masters Cup for a little bit. You were going into the final round. You were on the chase card. I think you were in 7th place. Something. You were on the chase card going into the final round. Going into that, were you thinking, I'm just going to make a move and see if I can win from the chase card? Were you thinking, I'm just going to play my best, and if it's enough, it's enough? What was your mindset like?
Honestly, I kind of woke up that day and I went and played catch every morning. I was like, it felt like a Monday. I was kind of sore. Everything was kind of catching me, and got out to the course and I was just like, all right, because I didn't play well at that golf course last time at all. I played it once in a tournament, and I was just like, just kind of start off and see how it goes and just don't mess it up and just kind of get through the little first stretch, and then the course kind of easied up for a little bit, I could tell. And I started off the first hole hitting the basket with a roller, hit the putt up the hill, and started off 6 or 7. And I was just like, okay. And had all the I used to stay in Santa Cruz for a little bit, not long, but a little bit. So I had all the people I knew back then watching me, Miles and his dad, and my main man Sean Roybal, and like a lot of people. So it was super cool to be in front of them too, like, old times' sakes,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just I never knew the score until I looked at Pete Johnson on hole 18. I said, what I got to do, Pete? He said, you got to ace it.
Oh. Well, so then
that's I was like, okay, I kind of figured.
Yeah. I mean, when someone tells you on the last hole that you have to ace, are you thinking that is it an ace to win or just an ace to finish as high as possible, maybe like third or fourth. Were you aware that you were that close?
I kind of knew because Josh Anthon, who I played with in my group, was kind of like, get this dog. Like I could tell whenever he says something that like in the mix, like, you know, he don't mess around when he talks. So like whenever he told me that I was in the mix, I was like, okay. Cause I don't look at the scores honestly to the last hole. Cause we all kind of have that instinctual feeling of what we got to do to win and what we need, you know. But whenever I looked at Pete, cause honestly, my phone's probably been dead this whole trip. I've been out here, like not with my own car, you know, kind of getting rides. So like, I haven't been most like on the charging side and all that. So I probably didn't even have my phone to look or anything. So I was just probably like,
yeah, like you said, it's been, I think the last time you played Masters Cup was in 2019. So it's been a little bit since you have been out on the West Coast. You're typically not on that stretch of the tour. How does it feel now to be well in the mix of the West Coast swing?
It felt great because I love that course. It's a historic course. Honestly, what I told myself, what I really meant to say the last time is when I went to play the round, I really told myself that, you know, this is one of the events that might not ever happen again. Like, it's just kind of getting outdated. It's hard, you know. So I tried to treat it like it was like the last time I was ever going to play out there. And, I mean, having played out there felt good. And then it's around the people. And that OTB, I went and played today and, like, I've got to get a pretty good feeling about it now. I didn't when I was looking at the distances. I was like, are they trying to kill us out here? But I don't know.
Yeah,
I think I'm smart enough and scrap a top 5 out of this one.
Smart enough is definitely one way I would describe you on the course for sure. But if that is the last time that Masters Cup is a premier event, I guess it's not an elite series, it was a silver series, but if it's the last time that it's featured on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, I would say that tying for the course record is a pretty good way to play it for the last time. It wasn't the actual De-La course, it was the golf course, but your last round in Masters Cup, if it is the last time, I mean, the only way that it's better is if you do ace 18 and then go out with a win with an ace on the final hole, but that's a pretty solid way to finish.
Man, I'll definitely take that. I would have took that before the day started. We'll say that.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, definitely. So, what were some of the discs that were kind of keys to your success? What were you leaning on last week?
And honestly, the last 3 weeks, ever since I got those Orbit Rives, it's really changed. I put on about 60 feet, which is crazy amount because that's like a big gap difference. And I really think I honestly have put about 60 feet on. Throwing really clean shots with them. I'm able to sidearm them now because it's gotten a little like warmer. Because earlier this year, like when it's cold, sometimes it's harder to grip for me. I don't know. Something about it. But now everything's getting a little stickier and all that. I'm like able to throw my sidearms a little better. And loving that disc. Honestly, I threw my Lucid Morden a lot there because Santa Cruz kind of want to hit everything flat at De-La, like because everything is kind of eroded on a hillside, so you kind of have to have an angle control.
Right.
And I threw that a lot, and I threw the flow obviously pretty good this last week because that's. I mean, every time I bust that thing out there, like I've seen you throw that disc, and I'm like, okay, like, that's probably. Oh, it's that one, okay. So it's funny how that works sometimes.
Dude, yeah.
You got to go with the flow.
And threw the main well, too. I threw the main pretty good mount. Because it's easy to throw. The gaps are real tight, so I can kind of maneuver a little bit. So, and the heart. I threw the heart really good. I'm kind of got on my heart game lately.
Okay.
Kind of really trusting that.
Yeah.
Cool. So then let's move on. You are in Stockton for the OTB Open. The course was, I think, completely redesigned. If it wasn't completely redesigned, it was there's a major redesign done. None of us have had the chance to get out there. Have you had the chance to play the course or see the course?
What's that?
What are your thoughts on the new course for the OTB Open? Are we losing?
Well, honestly, I've never played it before.
Okay.
So, and I never watched coverage on it, honestly. So I came here really, and this is one of the first tournaments I've played in a long time where I haven't been there first, except for maybe Utah Worlds last year. So it's kind of like exciting to be here playing a new event, to have like a, fresh resume start on a new course.
Sure.
But this one's like, with all these youngsters out here, I might have to keep my practice time wise, because I don't want to overdo it. I played really, really well today, though. And
cool.
I got the new rives that are perfect for this course. You'll be seeing those a lot if I make it on coverage or all that. Hopefully so. And yeah, we'll see. I think I'm just going to stay on the course at my hotel. Like I said, this place kind of scares me a little bit. I'm not from the nicest spots in the world either. So that's got to be pretty bad.
Well, we hope there's no issues or anything like that. After OTB Open, you're kind of taking a little bit of a break. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Okay. So after OTB, you're taking a little bit of a break from the tour. You're not going to be playing a Pro Tour event until the LWS Open at Idlewild. You'll still be playing some local events. Is that just a kind of more traditional MattyO tour, not much West Coast? You've kind of already been out there. You're missing, let's see, Portland Open, I think you're going to be skipping out on. I think Beaver State is a Silver Series, so you're kind of typical MattyO going back home and playing local for a little bit.
And then, I mean, honestly, it's just so hard for me, and the car market's really high right now. Like, for me to take my car all the way out here, and then, like, honestly, all my friends have vans, so like I can't like catch. It's like really hard to like just have a friend and like be able to do it like we used to. It's kind of like, because they're on their like, they're packed in their vans and all that.
Yeah, they've got their whole house.
So like being away from home so being away for four weeks is like really tricky, like out here, especially where it's like, I mean, I don't know many people. Like it's expensive. And all that for 4 weeks is tricky. I am gonna like to think I'm gonna decide to go like to Oregon next year or California and do the same thing. But I got some 8-tiers. I'm running a tournament June 16th, I believe, in Chickasaw, Alabama. A little AM tournament, C-tier, to kind of keep it going. I am playing Tennessee State's in another 8-tier locally, and I think I might be getting into a tournament before Idlewild in an 8-tier in Charlie Vettner, I believe.
All right.
And then I think I got a week off after Idlewild, and then I think I go on the road for like 10 straight weeks to finish it all out. Like I think I go Deglow, Iowa, Des Moines, Kansas City wide open, because I'm playing it before Worlds. I like doing the tournament before Worlds. I don't like stressing all week thinking about my future, or not. I just rather keep. And then I'm doing World.
Interesting.
Then I got into OTB finals because I won the skins match at Eagles Crossing. Doing that, won the big money skins matches. And then I'm going to MVP, Green Mountain, another tournament on the way home, USDGC Pro Tour. And then after that, I think I'm even playing another tournament, and then like 3 Florida 8-tiers in a row. So,
jeez,
maybe that'll be so it'll be the grind then. But maybe be going home for a second and maybe a couple beach days, and running a tournament might be super healthy for my mind.
Yeah, a little bit
and
of
getting to spend some time with my little boys, so be able to spend some little home life time,
Absolutely. So you, really quick, last question we've got for you. You had mentioned a lot of people are kind of doing the van life thing. When are we going to get to see MattyO in the Mobile?
Mobile.
Yeah. When's it happening?
I'm perfectly honest. If I win a world title, I might get me a small RV. But unless that happens, like an RV, because I'm tall, I need just a little more room. And I'm more of like, I do like want to get me a nicer car, because I'm kind of, my mom's got me on my mom's like my financial manager. She's like, look, Matt, it's expensive to buy a car right now. Your car is running great. Just ride it out, which it is, but I don't think it's going to help. But next year, or later this year, I'm gonna buy a car. But I'm also trying to buy a house. 'Cause it's hard. I'm trying to get trying to get my family straight and all that stuff, life and all that, so I can, and just trying to get that. But I'm like, I feel like I'm the Airbnb with like a Hyundai Sonata with some tinted windows guy. Or, I think that's me.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. And the van life, it's okay. Like, it's cool, but sometimes when you got to go like to the bathroom at 3:30 in the morning, it's hard. And some of these spots. So it's got its pros and its cons, because I spent a couple nights in a van before, and it's really cool because you can park everywhere. But the older I get, the more I'm like, okay, maybe if I was 28, I'd do that. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a car, Airbnb, or stay at a friend's house and that person, because maybe I'm saving more money that way than doing the van life, sometimes with the gas and,
Yeah.
Hey, and
then I can have a home. Because if I have a van, then I got to buy a car for a home too. Because it's like, I can't, so it goes all kind of directions. I've done it all on paper. Like, literally done this all on paper to see which is my best option. And I think that option I told you is exactly the truth. Like, if I win a world title, I'll get me a small RV and all that stuff to be able to, and then, but for the future, I'll probably be getting me a Hyundai Sonata with some tinted windows, doing it the way I've been doing it. But I'll be able to make my car make it to California next time. I make it. That's the problem. But it's coming to come soon.
Did you have any closing questions there, AJ?
No, I think the route you've been going, no pun intended, has been working really well for you. And like they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If Matt is the sedan and Airbnb guy, then that's who he is, and let's make that the best possible situation for him.
Inspiration. Maybe there's some people on tour that don't want a van. They're like, hey, maybe MattyO's right. Maybe I should invest in a house and a car. I could be that guy.
Yep.
And that's the thing. If that's working for you, and it's leading to better performances and higher placements in these events, then there's the cost offset. If you're making more money on the course, then you can just chalk that up as the money that you would maybe or potentially save by having the van. So I support the Hyundai and Airbnb.
And then sometimes you got to outsmart the system too. Like, I've thought about, like, man, if I have a car, I can't have a lot of Frisbees to sell. But then that's when you got to stay. I'm like, well, man, that's when you got to go Nick Saban, and you get your Frisbees each week sent to the spot you're going to be at, and just grind it. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to stay on top of the stuff. You got to go Saban on it every now and then. You can still make it work somehow.
Yeah, I mean, if you're cruising by yourself in a Sonata, they probably got a good sized trunk. You can probably fold the back seats down. You can fit plenty of Frisbees back there.
Week before, know where I'm gonna send the box so I can, have some Frisbees to sell for stuff, because that's kind of getting big now, real big. Because that's the first thing everybody asks us out here is like, hey, you got any stamps on you? So have a box, to keep the fan tap, everything, But yeah, everything's going great though. I'm having a good time. I think I'm having more fun than anybody in disc golf right now on the course, so that's always a plus.
I think you're having the most fun on the course, and I know people are having a lot of fun watching you on the course and off the course. Everybody seems to love MattyO and just can't get enough of you. So, Matt, thank you for taking time out of your obviously very busy schedule. We'll let you get back out to either the course or your hotel, wherever you choose to go from here. You're free to go to either one, but thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thank y'all. Love y'all, and let's go West Side Trilogy, and let's go Saban this week, baby.
Yeah.
All right. What a guy.
What a guy.
What a guy that Matt Orum is.
Man. Yeah.
Those stories
Character
that he has. I mean, I've known MattyO for years.
I saw a thing on Facebook today where somebody posted a picture. I forget who it was. It must have just been some local to him, from 2005, and it was like as he was getting in the car to go off on tour for the first time. It's mind-boggling to me, the fact that he has been. That was the year he came in second at Worlds.
Yeah.
And I was
With the
12.
A-Rod jersey?
I think so.
Was that year?
Yeah.
Right.
He's been that good for that long.
Yeah.
Pretty
And,
crazy
like,
stuff.
you were 12 and he was 16. Something like that.
Probably about right.
Yeah.
And he's still very good. I, on the other hand, didn't even know what disc golf was, and sometimes I still play like I don't know what disc golf is.
It's a kind of a floating concept at this point.
What a crazy unintentional segue. We're talking about Matt Orum playing disc golf very well while being 16 years old. You know who also plays disc golf very well while they're 16 years old?
I do know.
Who is it, Eric? Tell us.
It is Mr. Andrew Miranda.
That is one of okay.
Am I wrong though? Like,
You're not wrong. That's just not the exact person I had in mind. I had
okay.
someone else in mind that played at the same event as.
yeah, Gannon's really good too. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, I was throwing some props towards my boy,
Yes.
who won amateur weekend and then proceeded
Right.
to get top 10 in
Yeah,
the pro
that was
weekend.
sick.
Dunked that nasty 130 foot something
yes.
just rainbow over the trees.
Yes.
Shut up, kid.
Gannon Bird though.
Yeah. Gannon took down the Masters Cup on the MPO side. Sarah Hokum on the FPO side, as she put it, didn't get skunked this year.
Nice.
Which I think is a hilarious way to put, I just won the biggest event in the world this weekend, but I didn't get skunked.
I mean, I think that hadn't heard that yet, but I think it just means that she hasn't won anything, and she's
And she knows the competition level is very high.
yeah. The chances
And-
of her winning another
Yes.
event this year just got a lot better. Apparently, it was pretty low going into this weekend. Is it though? I don't know. I mean, that's an interesting attitude to have. Like, why would you bring that up?
Right.
Unless it's something that you were afraid of, I guess.
It has to be. Yeah, it's got to be something that she was thinking about where, there's so many other women that are playing that are as good, better, or maybe just a little bit worse that on any given weekend could beat her.
Yeah.
And this year, the way that it had been going was like, someone every weekend, at least someone had beaten her.
Right.
So she was just, maybe that started creeping in her head of like, maybe it would I can't imagine, without looking it up, I can't imagine the last year that Sarah Hokum didn't win a big event.
I was just thinking, like, did she get skunked last year?
I think she won something pretty big last year.
At least from the elite on the Elite Series level.
I will look it up. Give me one moment, please. I can't.
I mean, her. Go ahead and look it up. I mean, her and on just like a personal scope. I mean, she's definitely fallen off a little bit from what she was. She's not exactly a contender for the world championship the way she was 3 years ago. But really it's not like, it hasn't like she's lost distance, gotten worse at putting. If anything, she's gotten a much better handle on her putt.
Mm-hmm.
She's improved her
much better
backhand.
handle on her backhand.
Yeah. Right. It goes to show how much better the field.
The talent pool is just ridiculous. It's so deep right now.
Last year she won Throw It on the Mountain, which was an A tier, but then she did also take down a Silver Series at Vintage last year. So
Arkansas.
Again, last year she did not get skunked. I won't go through her entire history, but yeah, the last time that she didn't win a big event, I would have to be so long ago.
Right.
She's always been, even last year, guess how many finishes outside the top 10 she had? All season.
7 out of like 30 events.
She played 13 events.
13.
That's it?
She only played 13 events in 2021.
Wow, that seems really low.
Finished
7 would be an alarmingly high.
outside the podium.
I'll give you a hint. It's 6 less than AJ's guess. She had 1 finish outside the top 10.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sarah, spoiler alert, very good. Been very good.
Still great. Yeah.
Still doing very well.
And yeah, she had a really good Sunday out on that on the big open course. Didn't she come from behind to win?
She shot a 7.
Second card.
Yeah,
She won from the second card.
And I think that was the hot round. Her and Katrina, I think it was tied for the hot round final round at a 7 under. And she took down Katrina by 1. Did you guys get to watch much of the not final round coverage?
I watched.
Just
I think it was either round 1 or round 2.
okay.
At De La, and then watched the ladies live, and then I only caught the second half of the MPO.
Okay. I didn't get to watch any of the live, but I watched some of the post production.
Oh yes,
The post-production was that was what I watched.
of the FPOs or both or just MPO.
Just MPO, but I did see. Oh, I lied. I did get to watch like the final 2 holes of FPO live because that was where Sarah said didn't get skunked this year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because like you said, she was on chase card, and I think she was watching everybody finish on 18.
Yeah, and Ella had to get basically ace the last hole, which was
Right.
almost non-birdieable for the FPO field.
It would have been up. I mean, maybe not up there with James at Worlds last year, but it would.
I think
been up there.
Brian Earhart said that if this shot goes in, step aside, James Conrad. We have a new leader in the clubhouse of like most epic shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Because of the difficulty of the hole and
I
how
think-
impossible it would be. That's where he was going
Yes,
with that. Not that the scenarios were the same.
Right. Definitely, it would have been a harder shot. The shot itself would have been more impressive.
Yes.
But the environment for James, like
Yes.
hole 18 of the World Championships, staring down Paul Macbeth.
Yeah. He was just, you get what he was implying. Though,
Right.
that the shot was impossible.
Right. Yeah. And I
You
was
would
wrong.
see it a whole heck of a lot.
Sarah took down Katrina and Ella by 2, not
Yeah,
1.
it was 2 strokes,
They tied for second. But I thought, I guess Eric will get your thoughts as well on the post production. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I saw somebody on Reddit was talking about they really appreciated Ian and Philo's commentary. The graphics were improved from the last Silver Series event.
And this is all DGPT putting this out, right? This isn't Jomez. This isn't Gatekeeper. Or is Gatekeeper filming it? Or GK Pro filming it?
I think this one was Central Coast.
Central Coast. That
but
makes
it's-
sense since Ian was involved.
Right. I think it's a combination of Central Coast, Gatekeeper, and maybe GK Pro.
GK Pro would make sense.
I'm sure they have some sort of rotation or something like that.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I don't watch a whole lot of post-produced stuff. The only reason I did watch it this weekend is because I couldn't watch the live.
Right.
I'm a live guy, and if I don't watch it live, then I just don't watch it.
Just check Instagram, see the posts.
Pretty
and
much. Or
Sure.
check, I'll just watch UDIS scores come in, is usually how it'll work when they're Silver Series events, or if it's not live the first 2 days. And I just wanted to see De La again because it'd been a few years since I'd been there, and I have a lot of respect for that course, and I wanted to watch him play. I love De La. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. So not to glance over it, but also congratulations to Gannon on his win on the MPO side.
Absolutely.
Huge. I think it's really good that he got a big win with how Vegas went and how young he is. I'm not going to put anything out there, but like we were talking about with Sarah, she's been amazing for how long. If Gannon was that close at Vegas and then just couldn't quite get back there, you'd have to think how long until that thought starts creeping in his mind of like, why, I'm so close. I was so close. Am I ever going to get back there? What do I have to do to get back there? So I think for him to take this down was huge. Let's see. James was right behind him. It was Kliss Kremens. Boy,
Good name.
I am good with words today, boys. This is something. Chris
Again,
Clemens.
a very like fluid, floating concept.
Right. I like to make up words as I go and then just see if you guys can keep up.
Sure.
Kliss Kremens, you guys, what I'm talking about, right?
course.
Yeah. Guy, long blonde hair. Yeah. He's a dude. He had a top finish as well, made lead card final round, as you talked about.
Yeah. He finished 4th.
Andrew Miranda, I
believe.
think, tied for 7th.
7th with
If I
Paul
remember
Macbeth.
correctly. Yeah.
Who got second?
James and
And then
No.
Matt
Oh,
Orum.
MattyO.
Southern
MattyO
Slater,
did.
dude.
Yes.
MattyO did, right? Because I thought he beat James by a stroke.
he almost did
Almost
until
did.
James made that circus putt up and over the bush
Go check that.
they tied.
James made a.
Okay.
James
Okay.
made a.
I know
like
James
a-
had to hit that putt to beat Clemens out from getting tied.
Right. They tied for second. Chris was
Okay.
1 stroke back in fourth. Solo fourth for Chris.
Yep.
James and the Southern Slinger tied for second at 23. Gannon took it down at 24.
Got it.
24. All right.
I don't know though. I mean,
You don't know what?
well, you were mentioning a minute ago that now he has kind of redeemed himself from Las Vegas and gotten a win. I will say it's Silver Series, even though I shared the same sentiment that Eric shared a minute ago. Seeing De La Viega disc golf course really does bring back a lot of good memories, and there's a lot of history there.
Yeah.
But back to Gannon and redeeming himself from Vegas at the Silver Series event. I mean, he's held on for the win against now James Conrad and Chris Clemens.
And the Southern Slinger.
And the Southern Slinger. Right. Not exactly direct. Matt wasn't on the card, so it wasn't
right.
exactly the same. But still, those aren't...
He didn't see Matt charging.
Yeah, and that's not Paul Macbeth or Ricky Wysocki or Eagle McMahon. So it's...
Or Chris Dickerson.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So I think that he's still got a little
where
bit
you're
of ways
going.
to go.
I see where you're going.
Because he did kind of like I was looking at the scorecard. I was watching it live, and I saw, man, he kind of slowed down a little bit at the very end.
Right. I think he finished on 4 straight pars.
Which he had done. I mean, he had gotten a lot of those birdies in like the middle section of the round to give himself a little bit of a cushion, so he could lay up for par on 17, lay up for par on 18.
Right. He was 10 under through 14. And so then I don't know if at that point he took his foot off the gas, because at that point he had James by a couple, I think. And so he may have been checking scores and seen, okay, I have MattyO beat right now, because Matt was maybe not with 4 holes left. Matt probably had 1 or 2 holes on him. But once he saw that Matt finished at 23, he probably knew, okay, as long as I don't bogey, I win. And then James, on hole 17, James had to, I think, I might be getting this wrong, but he was out of position for the birdie and basically had to, like we were talking about with Ella, he basically had to ace 18 and then didn't. So then Gannon could just chuck it as far to the right as he wanted and just get up and down for par, and he knows he's in. But yeah, it's a weird thing. I don't, like Paul was there, Gannon still beat him. Just because Paul didn't go Paul mode and charge on the last day doesn't mean that Gannon didn't beat him. He still beat him.
He did. From AJ's perspective, I think he didn't have the rest of the names in the field that you're referring to. You're not taking away from the win, because the win is fantastic.
Good win. I'm just not. I'm not ready to say like.
Oh, he's made it.
I'm
he's
not
here.
ready to say Hall of Fame. I'm not ready to even say like top 10.
Elite Series event is what you want to see. Him take down an Elite Series event. Yeah,
I think so. Or like a 4-day event. Or
he
something.
has that opportunity this weekend.
But and on the flip side, like notice how that's just one name that I'm kind of putting in that category. There's plenty of guys who haven't even made it to that level of like, okay, yeah, you're a good win, but let's see what you can do. It's like, I don't know. I think he's definitely on the rise. I think he's got something special. But yeah, I mean, the year is still young.
Right.
We'll see what happens.
There's only 5 more months left in the year, tour season wise.
5 months. And how long have
not even halfway through the season.
When was Vegas? That was like
February?
3 months ago?
Yep.
Yeah.
February.
Almost.
Probably pretty close.
Yeah, we got a lot. I was just
Got a lot
looking
of
at the
golf left.
schedule today too. Yeah, like
A lot of golf
June
left.
and July is going to be pop, 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 pop,
Dude, you got popcorn over there?
pop, pop, pop. Yeah,
Gosh.
I'm ready to watch.
You smell it? There you go. There you go. I like it, AJ. All right. So let's move on, not quite to the future. We'll move on to our next subject, which we were talking about kind of Gannon gets to redeem. Maybe not redeem isn't the right word for it, but he gets to kind of redeem and move on from Las Vegas. We are going to kind of redeem and move on from Logan Harpool's Player of the Week last week, which we dropped on him spur of the moment. We're going to move on to Danny. He nominated Danny. So Danny's got a chance to redeem Logan with this week's Understable Minds Player of the Week. Danny.
So for my player of the week this time, I had a lot of options. Am I loud enough? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a lot of different options, right? We have Gannon, who obviously 16 years old, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he won.
No, I think he's 17 now.
17?
Is he?
He's washed.
Yeah, he's getting old, man. Practically ancient.
All those stats he just missed out on.
Yeah. He did really well. It was really good to see Andrew Miranda. Like Emac brought up earlier. Did you know he plays in Vans? Like, that's his go-to disc golf shoes.
I see
Vans.
a lot of people playing in Vans these days. So.
Maybe in
some
California
new
that works.
formula.
It doesn't work here.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no way that fly. I played in like sneakers because I left my disc golf shoes up in Manhattan last week, I think it was, and like they did not hold up at all. So I guess he's that much better than me, probably.
Probably, I would say so.
So yeah, I was leaning towards Gannon or Andrew, and then I was thinking more, and I was, the whole purpose behind this show, we've got the production here, we've got the people on the show, but really, the most valuable player in this whole setup is you, the listener, the viewer. You're taking time out of your day, and you are listening to us ramble. So today, the official Understable Minds Player of the Week is you.
Is you.
Wow.
Boy, if that doesn't perfectly fit in the that is typical player of the week answer right there.
Specifically, I don't know. I feel like there's a Kyle watching that just goes above and beyond. So if your name's Kyle, like shout out.
Kyle.
What about that one guy, Kyle, that thinks he's the Kyle you're talking about?
No, not that guy. No,
Not that guy.
no,
The other,
different Kyle.
Yeah.
But also
better
Kyle,
everyone
you
else.
know who you are. Kyle, you know who you are.
If your name is Kyle and you're like, oh, but it's probably not me. It actually is you. And also it is everyone else, but specifically Kyle.
Right. And also happy birthday.
Oh my God.
Just,
We are
you thought we were
blowing
going to
someone's mind right
you thought
now.
we were going to miss it, but you know who you are. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. We hope you have a good one.
This kind of reminds me of the time that Time Magazine named us the Person of the Year.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow. I've won so many awards without doing anything in my life. This is great.
Do we have any
must be
other
special.
notable mentions that we were options for Player of the Week? Anybody that I missed? It's like secondary awards, I guess.
I think you pretty well covered everybody.
I think you
Yeah,
did.
that's a good
I mean,
choice.
if for-
General you.
If it was me, I think I would have gone with Andrew Miranda.
Yeah.
Just based off of.
Yeah. See, look,
Based
not
off
named
that
Kyle.
intro that
Yeah.
you gave him.
Well, I mean, like, come on, guys. Like, think about it. The kid's
Yeah.
16 years old, won amateur, and then went back and battled and got top 10.
But it's Kyle's birthday.
Yeah,
Pretty
all right,
sweet.
let's move on. This is stupid. Let's just quit doing this part of the podcast.
All right.
No, wait. Who's doing it next week?
Nobody.
You're doing.
Kyle's doing it next
Kyle's
week.
got to let us know in the Facebook group. Yeah. All right. A part of the show that we're not going to stop doing, unfortunately, Eric, we are going to be doing our Skip Ace and also Grip 6 picks for this weekend's upcoming OTB Open. What do you guys want to do first? Skip Ace? Did you guys change your lineups yet? You still have
I haven't even
yeah,
looked
I-
at my lineup since before the Dynamic Discs Open, to be honest with you.
that. You haven't missed anything. That was the last event.
I missed players at the Dynamic Discs Open that
No, I think
that were not playing the event, but I couldn't have filled a full roster either. So,
I think I fielded a full roster.
well, if you had
I did.
Gavin pulled out,
That's
because of an
right.
injury,
I did
so-
have Gavin. So I guess I started with a full roster.
It was a crazy one. I mean, there wasn't too many big names towards the top. I mean, except Ricky. You know,
Boy, Rick.
at the Dynamic Discs Open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a weird one
that
for
was,
sure.
Was kind of interesting. Yeah.
It was a weird event, but results wise, I still went 0-3. So
Sick.
very, very predictable.
it's not like golf where you want the lowest scores.
No, yeah, you're trying to get it does go W-L, which
Yes.
I think that's what I've been doing wrong. I've been getting
Dang
it
it.
backwards. So this week we turn it around.
All right, OTB.
I'm turning it around at OTB Open. I have made some changes.
Oh, did you drop some players?
I dropped 2 players.
Ooh, who?
I dropped, I'm going to have to look. Let's see. I dropped Nicholas Antila
Okay.
because he's
Not there?
here and not playing. The other player that I dropped was
Paul Macbeth.
Mr.
Oh.
Jeremy Colling.
Oh.
He's on the waiver wires. The players that I added were Aaron Gossage.
It's a good pickup.
He had a very good showing at OTB last year. So I'm hoping he has a good showing this year.
It's a good pickup.
The other one is someone that has been playing much better this year than in years past. Also had a very good showing at Dynamic Discs Open, as did Aaron. I picked up Brody Smith.
Whoa.
Going out on a limb here.
Nice.
I'm going to say
That
it
limb
wasn't.
just broke.
It wasn't. Yeah. It's a very strong limb, I hope.
It's a big guy.
I hope this limb is as strong as Brody because
Brody's pretty strong.
I'm going to need it. Yeah. I'm saying that it wasn't a fluke. It's not lightning in a bottle. His performance at Dynamic Discs Open, it will be more in line with hopefully his performance, at least at OTB. So my lineup is Paul Macbeth, Kyle Klein, Mason Ford, Corey Ellis, Aaron Gossage, and Brody Smith. My bench is Eagle, and then I do also have Gavin, who is in contention with, I know the limb isn't as strong as Brody Smith, potentially could replace Brody. Mm-hmm. It's up in the air.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's playing OTB or not either.
He is signed up for it.
That doesn't mean he's playing though.
Right. He did just play the Rumble, came
did.
in.
He was in second
was-
or third.
he was
I
on
think
lead
he
after the
dropped a
first
couple
round.
strokes.
Yeah, he was on lead card.
Round, but
Final round. He was on lead card and then, dropped a little bit on the final round. So I'll have to reach out to Gavin, see, hey, man,
you playing or what?
feeling good? What are your kind of expectations here? Should I start
Tampering.
you, start Brody? I don't know. Yeah.
Tampering.
Tampering.
Red flag.
That is my lineup. I swear, if we get
Are you singing?
another 0-3,
And I
somehow.
You heard it. You got it.
to the moon and the stars in the sky.
Shh, shh.
Who else?
What's your team look like?
Yeah,
Let's
I think I made a couple moves.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I dropped and picked up one or two
Rees.
one or
Okay.
two players.
I'll run through your lineup because I'm obviously
Sweet.
not as familiar with it.
Yeah.
You've got Vinny,
Calvin Heimberg.
AB, great picks.
Yeah.
Simon, James Proctor, Scott Withers, and TG Thomas Gilbert.
That's pretty good.
Your bench
pretty good.
is Mr. Sexton and Mr. Ezra Adderhold.
It's a good team.
It's a solid
I
roster.
feel like it's got a lot. The team has a lot of potential. I
Who'd you drop? and who'd you
James
pick up?
Proctor and
Scott Withers was the
Scott
next
Withers
one?
are new. So is Ezra. He's fairly new
Okay.
to the squad.
Do you remember who you dropped?
To the squad. Chandler Fry, Kale LaVisca,
Dang.
and I think there must have been another one.
Simon?
Have to be. No, Simon's still there.
Okay.
Simon's,
I didn't hear the Simon.
Yeah, Benjamin Calloway.
Ben Calloway?
He just came back.
Yeah,
he just went back out on tour. He killed it one of the rounds out in, I think it was Santa Cruz,
The
wasn't
third
it?
round.
The third
yeah,
round?
He
Or
shot the hot round 12 down.
tied the record? Tied the course? Or
Something
no,
like
he
that,
beat the
yeah.
course record. And then I think it was tied later that day, potentially.
That sounds correct. Yeah. So yeah, I mean a few moves.
Ben's good.
Ben's very good.
So is Scott Withers. So is James
So is-
Proctor.
Yes.
Speaking of good, hey, run down my team real
Sure,
quick.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We can go do that. First place roster so far on the season. Eric has Chris Dickerson, Gannon Burr, Kevin Jones, Adam Hammis, Drew Gibson, and Joel Freeman. And then your bench is Nico and Bradley
Yeah,
Williams.
that's a good team.
It's a
It's a
very
pretty good team. Yeah, it's like who's the weak link there? Is it Joel? Is it
Probably Gannon.
is it Brad? It's
Are we talking?
not
Are we
Gannon.
talking bench press?
Oh,
What are we squats? Just overall?
No, this is fantasy disc golf.
that's a pretty good team.
Which of those players who would you think is consistently finishing the lowest on the
The
leaderboard?
lowest out of all of them.
I mean, but that's also like the flip side of it. You've got what you have like half of your team has won on tour. what Adam and Kevin.
Adam won last year.
Yeah, so man,
Right.
Kevin
Everyone
has
on your
won
team
before.
at least has big wins under their belt.
Yeah.
Maybe not this season yet, but
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Adam's been very slow, so I think he's probably my weakest link right now. He hasn't had a
I don't know, but if you go back, if you edit this in like a few weeks ago or a couple months ago, we were saying, oh, he made an Instagram post saying he'll be ready for the summer swing. I feel like we mentioned that a few weeks ago, so it's like he might be your weak link so far.
Yeah, right now he's my weak link, but
It's probably because he's from Wisconsin, so he's used to like now just being when the season starts.
that's very
Now is when you're
possible.
first able to get out and play. So he's just been in hibernation.
hibernation.
Danny, do you want to run through your team real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me make sure I'm not going to blow everybody's ears out.
It's
Because
also
Danny's
a
in
good
second
roster.
place, right?
Yes.
Yes, I'm currently in second. I've got Ricky Wysocki, MattyO, James Conrad, Chris Clemens, Emerson Keith, and Double G. And then on the bench, I have Linus Carlson and Paul Ulibarri. I was
Okay,
looking at if I
okay.
need to swap anybody out. I think I'm pretty happy with everyone. Chris has been having a great year. Emerson's been doing well. Linus has been,
Is he still here?
yeah.
He's back.
Back? Okay.
okay. Yeah,
You need to get rid of.
He left and then came back. Now he's back.
You should probably drop Rick. I think
I'll trade you
Yeah.
for Bradley Williams, or
I'll consider it. Yeah.
I don't even want to trade Bradley Williams though.
Yeah, Bradley's
That's hard
good.
to even say.
I'll give you a 2-for-1.
Ooh,
I'll give you
Paul Macbeth and
Brody Smith and Eagle for Ricky.
Whoa. Well, wow.
That's a horrible idea for Danny.
Yeah, I'm not going to take you up on it, but it's interesting.
Dang it.
Yuli though, I think you could.
Yuli's your weak link right now.
Yeah, because he's injured.
Who's the top player on the waiver wire right now?
In terms of ratings,
Just top player, like in your
terms of
opinion,
playing OTB Open?
yeah,
the most valuable person would probably be Isaac Robinson.
Isaac.
Yeah, Daryl Nodland and then Marvin Tetzel are the two highest rated players, but I don't think either of them will be playing.
Can you see the players that have a blue circle around their logo?
Yes.
Those are the players that are playing OTB Open. So
I did not know that.
Why does Eric McCabe not have one? I thought you were going to make a surprise appearance.
I gotta
so
go,
weird.
guys. I gotta catch a flight.
Later, man.
We've got Isaac Robinson is
And
playing.
I kept myself on the bench.
Yeah, smart.
Laurie.
Andrew Marweed's not?
Laurie Leitinen.
You can
Marweed,
give
he
Barsby.
I'd be surprised. Well, no, Marweed was just in. He just played the Rumble.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's not. He
so-
doesn't have the circle, though, so he's not playing.
Yeah, I mean the Rumble's in Iowa, so
That would make sense.
It's
yeah.
far.
Maybe he's
he might be not
laying low in
there's
Michigan.
there's a handful of players that are not going out west.
Yeah.
Gas is expensive.
Gas is not cheap.
I feel like, should I pick up Barsby
Gas
then?
is expensive.
Barsby's not
and,
going out west. I just saw on Instagram. But yeah, you should pick up Barsby and drop
Be a good pick.
Drop Saki.
drop Rick.
Well,
The
I
other-
saw Lowry.
Lowry.
He had a
Mike
good finish.
Lowry.
The other person that I thought about picking up in place of Brody was Alden Harris.
Alden is a great pickup too.
I
That would
think-
be a pretty interesting
I
pickup
think
as
either
well.
Who
one of them
has-
could be good.
Now it's almost time to start thinking what's the next segment of the tour going to be? Now that we're out of the wind and on the West Coast,
Do you have Corey Ellis?
I do.
Okay,
You want him?
sure.
What are you going to trade me for him?
I'll trade you Nico.
Do you know something about Nico? that
No,
I
I don't. I know Nico just got back from Sweden.
I don't know if trades are possible in this,
Cool.
but I'll probably take that deal. Yeah, sure.
Corey Ellis is
I think
good.
I'm gonna pick
Dude
up.
throws so far.
Corey
Yeah,
Ellis
so
is
far.
a monster. Who'd you say you're picking up?
I'm picking up Andrew Presnell.
Ooh.
There you go.
He's had quietly had a really good year.
Yeah, he's a solid player. Unless
He
you
is.
ask Chris Clemens.
Unless you
Yeah.
ask Cliff
Then he's
Kremens.
the worst.
Kliss.
Cliff.
Well, and then the
Kremens.
variable with Prez is the actual events he's going to play.
Does he have a blue
is he
ring?
going to play anything, or everything, or is it just going to be like a week to week kind of thing? So
I don't know.
All right.
Do we want to try the pick six?
Yes.
oh yeah,
Let's do it.
Okay.
I put in my own pick six.
You can
this
just go ahead
morning.
and put my team in the pick six there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just find Eric's roster.
So pick six is grip six, pick six on U disc. That was a mouthful.
Nailed
you
it,
pick
though.
6 total players, and the player that wins each division gets 0 points, and all other players get 1 point for each stroke they finish behind the winner of their division. So who do we want to pick? What is the course like for OTB?
Long.
Kind of open. I feel like you could almost say it's like a flatter country club.
With more trees.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes.
So do we just start with
maybe a different example than country.
So it's like the opposite of.
Yeah, I think you got a good start there.
I'm just picking. Do we pick Paul? He's been not doing as well.
I think you got to go 3 and 3, don't you?
I think this big
No,
course.
you can
I
do
don't.
any
I don't
combination.
No, I know you don't have to, but I think if you look at the FPO side, you have a potential better opportunity of picking the top 3 than
Potentially.
you do. Yeah.
But then if you get the 4th place MPO and one of your FPOs falls to 7th,
Sure.
like I think one that's
Game
worth
over.
considering, at least had a good showing last year, was AB. AB throws as far as anybody. Came
Yeah.
in, he tied for second
It
last
all
year.
depends on how his first round goes.
Why?
I mean, he tends to yeah.
Oh, I thought he was
Yeah,
like
no, that's-
injured or
that's-
something
that's
and
fair, yeah.
posted
Right?
something about
I
like
mean-
if my first round's bad, I'm just DNF.
At this point, at this point, I think we've got a large enough sample size for Anthony Barella that we can kind of make some of those predictions. But yeah, it is. Yeah,
He's a solid player. When
It's just
when he's
tough
playing well,
tough to
he's,
pick him.
He's
Right.
Yeah.
I think
He's on
Ricky's
my-
a good pick.
on
I
my
think
fantasy
He's on your fantasy team.
I think Rick's good. Calvin's good. Paul is good. There's just
Do I pick? So with what I have right now, do I pick Paul over MattyO?
I think if anything,
I think swap Katrina for James.
Really?
Yeah.
James been playing really well lately.
I bet you Katrina finishes higher than James does.
Really?
I would bet that. I mean, it's hard
strokes,
not to
Yeah.
pick Paige and Katrina
Yeah.
when they're there.
especially when it's a golf course.
Yeah.
It is strokes though. It's not how many places they finish behind.
Right.
Right. I still stand by.
Yeah.
I think
Katrina.
Paige Katrina minimum on the FPO side. I did my own picks this morning and I did have a third FPO.
Ooh.
I didn't realize that it was strokes behind. I thought it was places behind. But I took Val because she's just like always in the top 3, always in the top 4. So I figured there's no way she's going to be like, she's not going to kill me, right? She's not going to be bottom of the leaderboard. But I forget who my MPOs were. I know I took Rick. I know I took Calvin. Don't know if I took AB or not. I thought about it. Don't remember if I picked him or not.
Would you rather have
Let's
right
see
now
your-
with
let's
what
see
I
your
have?
squad.
Do
Let's
I
see what you
do
got.
AB or Macbeth?
I would take Macbeth over AB.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just looking at it like
I would almost take
I believe in
Kevin
Anthony.
Jones.
Oh, I do too.
Thanks, dude. Thanks. Appreciate it. Kevin Jones, you said?
yeah, over Macbeth maybe at the Portland Open. Yeah, I don't know, man. Oof, this is getting tough.
Yeah.
This is what it comes down to. We need to win ourselves a belt.
No.
So come on, AJ, help.
We haven't finished in the top 1,000 yet, right?
I also don't know if you even actually win a belt. I just made that up.
The first place person.
First
does.
place does, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Half off a belt.
Kevin-
Actually, half off a coupon.
Oh yeah, there it is. Sorry,
it
the
is?
entry with the fewest total points wins a Grip 6 disc golf belt.
Kevin Jones finished 15th.
Belt buckle not included.
Macbeth finished 6th last year.
How many total
won?
strokes under par will the MPO and the FPO champions score? I just went to click save my picks and it asked me as a tiebreaker.
It's
yes.
3 rounds.
What was it last year? What was
Last
the-
year,
the
Eagle finished at 32. Page finished at 19. Wow. So what is that, 51?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's really
That's a lot under par.
That is a lot of strokes under par for 3 rounds.
Have you checked the weather?
Do we think it will be that far under? I will say no.
Really?
I will say no. 47.
Okay, I was going to say
47, I like it.
42.
42 and 47, so 45.
45? Do we like that?
Last year was
I do.
51,
Last year was 51, but Eagle won by 4, and he's not there.
and Paige won by 15.
Paige won. Well, Paige beat Katrina by 1. Jessica was in 3rd, and she was 9 back of the lead.
Jeez.
But that doesn't matter how many they won by. It's just the combined under strokes.
Right.
So if 2 players kill it,
which I think Paige and Katrina, if looking at the field, if any 2 players are going to run away, those have to be the 2 favorites.
Yeah.
So I think we do those 2 for sure. And then, yeah.
All right.
45. That's
I like it.
It's a fine number.
So this is my Grip 6 picks. We got Ricky Wysocki, Calvin Heimberg, Paige Pierce, Katrina Allen, Paul Macbeth, and MattyO. If you guys beat me in Grip 6, Pick 6, post about it on the Facebook page or something. And it's not going to be too difficult, but like.
Also rude. Yeah, like don't be a jerk about it, because you and 1,000 other people have beat us every other week.
That's
yeah,
true.
Kyle.
Freaking Kyle, man.
Happy birthday. Here's a belt.
Oh, man. On that note, we will get on out of here. We will see everybody else. Not everybody else. We will see everybody. Everybody who's here, plus any new listeners, next week for episode 27 of Understable Minds.